Okay, sorry, you're gonna have to rotate your phone for this one because there's no other way we're gonna fit on the screen. I'm wondering if I should have put it that way. So the camera would be a little up. It's okay.
The questions are going that we can't answer.
No, we can. I'll read it for you. Okay, so we're just gonna give it a few minutes to let some people join. Kashmira said hi, Vinamai.
Oh my god, how can you say?
I can read it. Say hi to Kashmira.
Hi Kashmira.
Couple of people are saying hi. Sorry, you'll have to rotate your phones for this one. Otherwise, we don't fit on the screen together.
Because your mother is so fat.
What about all my body acceptance posts? Anna, you don't read? Sanjeev has said hi, auntie.
Hi Sanjeev.
Sabita mami, hi. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about mental health. It's World Mental Health Day today.
Okay.
I'm telling them. Huh. So my mom has done a lot of work on herself and has helped me. So we're going to do a Q&A with Mame. So Mame, when was the first time you decided to get help?
Sometime around 2006, I said, someone said you're so insecure. I said I wish there was a way to let go of this insecurity and
You're covering your face.
So my homeopathic doctor said yes, you can get rid of this insecurity by just going to a psychotherapist and talk about it, and they'll help you to change. Then I went in search of a psychologist. Then I got a couple of them, but they did not respond properly, and finally I found Dr. Suma, not Doctor Suma.
Yeah.
And she was good, and
When you said the others didn't respond properly means?
I fixed an appointment and they cancelled it at the last minute, or they said they'll give it to me after a week, and I was very restless. I just wanted to start off immediately, and she did give it. Then finally I got one, and she also made me wait a little, and then she told me later that I believe they make you wait just to see how keen you are to go and meet them. It should not be an impulsive thing. You felt like today you just go and act, till tomorrow you'll say I don't want it. It's not like that. You also want to see if you're really chasing them because it is your want. So that gives them the thing that okay, this person is really. So I went to her.
Did you face any criticism from anybody about going?
Oh yes, plenty.
What did people say?
People say, why don't you have intelligence to manage your own life? Why do you need someone else to tell you what you have to do and all that? So I said, I don't know, I am happy doing it, I'll do it. I think it was one of those things to save the marriage also. I said,
You have to speak loudly, mommy. Otherwise, they can't hear you. Huh?
So what did you ask?
No, I was asking, did you face any criticism about going?
I mean, initially I didn't talk about it to anybody. I just did it on my own because I said, I don't want anyone telling me don't do this or don't do that. I didn't want to get confused. I said, okay, I have to walk alone on this track. I'm going to do it alone. I don't need other people's opinion on it. So I just did it on my own, and then much later, as it started helping me, then I started talking to people about it so that they could also take that help.
Did anybody take it?
Yeah, quite a lot of people took. A few kids took, and the mothers didn't like it because the kids started getting too independent and what do you say? They were able to say no to their mothers, and the mother could not handle that, so she said, stop your psychotherapy. So there are some help, some. I mean, unless you don't want to change, you can go and sit with her for 5 years. It will not help unless you're really honest to her. And if you're going to try to cover up and try to make a fool of her, you're the loser. So you got to know that I need this help, it's for me, and I need to be honest, and she's not here to judge me or anything, and do it. So I did it.
Did it help?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of realization that finally you realize that 99% of your behavior and attitude is only psychological thing. There's nothing else because nobody's doing it anything. Then I understood it as a script that you do from 0 to 7.
You're covering your face.
Okay, you come to a script from 0 to 7 to get your attention, to get your so-called strokes. So these things happen in your childhood. Like some people fall sick and get this strokes, attention as a kid. So they'll follow the same pattern all their life. Whenever they want attention, they'll fall sick. You know, I mean, just giving an example. So like that, there are different things. So all this was a nice learning. And I think I got interested in psychology also, I think when I was pregnant with you as a first child, and my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, who's supposed to be a psychiatrist, gave me a book on a psychology book. I don't know what that book was called. I don't remember. A big fat book. It basically is telling you about all about the child psychology, why it is crying, when it cries, what to do and how to do and all that. And that fascinated me so much that I started doing all those things for the kids in a psychological way, like you should not hit the child, don't make the child gets insecure if you put them in a separate room, the child needs to be seeing the mother all the time to feel secure. You know, all these little things. I learned a lot and then forgot about it. Then again it came up in 2006, so it has been good.
Then how did it...
You don't have to answer those questions.
Yeah, we'll come to the questions. We can hear her and see her too. At least I can. Sidhu, love you too. Huh? Love you too, Sidhu. So when it came to your kids, how did it make you feel to know that they also need help?
It's not, no. It's not that they needed help. It is like when I went there, I realized for 40 years, 0 to 40 years, I have been like, so many things are there in layers. And so shedding it out will take such a long time. So I said, if my kids are just 16 or 12 or 13, and if they go to the psychologist and talk about whatever their pain or anger towards the parents or whatever, whoever, then there's less to clean up, right? Than wait till 40 to clean up. It's easier to clean up when you're younger. So that's how I took you kids and said, you get it clean fast. Don't wait till my age.
If you had not gone yourself, would you have the same view of therapy?
Yeah, I guess in your case it was different, right? Because for you it was much more severe. You know, for me it was not severe. It was just that I was very aware of my feelings. I was very aware when I was unhappy. I was very aware when I was like to be lonely. I was very aware of, you know, how I used to like those lonely movies or pictures of, you know, someone sitting near the window and just gazing at the sky. I know how lonely that person is feeling. So I was very aware of all these things.
So, but if you had not gone for therapy and I had to go for therapy, would you have been the same kind of open-minded about it?
Yeah, because it is totally different from mine and yours, because mine was a psychotherapy and yours was a psychiatry, right? So it has got more, ours is more about behavior and going to the root of the problem. In psychiatry it is more about the brain and chemicals and all that. So it was totally different. So it was, whether I went or not,
Mine was still different.
yours was still one hand above mine. So I had to do it because and I was only happy that you wanted that help and you said, I need help. You know, so it was easy. When the child comes up and says, I need help.
Have you seen any change in me since I started?
Of course.
What change did you see?
I guess you changed a lot of people's life along with your own life.
Hmm.
You're a much more happy person. I think you become more wiser. You know certain things. You at least you started becoming aware of your feelings.
Hmm.
You know those fluctuations, which means you are very connected to yourself.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you're so lost or you're so involved in a movie or involved in something
Hmm.
that you don't know what you're feeling.
Like me specifically or people in general?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm happy that you have started becoming aware with
Okay.
this problem.
Okay. Otherwise, I used to be like that, or generally people are like that, spaced out and involved in something
yeah.
else.
Because people are scared to look inside, right? I mean, that's what I learned in psychotherapy, that it was shocking to know that how scared you are to know that you have a low self-esteem
Mm.
or you're not confident.
Mm.
When someone is telling, you're behaving this way because of these things,
Mm.
and say, oh shit, is it true? Am I like that? So that's why I think they give you that 1 week of gap. They'll say, come back next week, because it takes, oh my god, am I this? Because you've created an image of yourself which is so false.
Mm.
So that comes shattering down,
Mm.
right? So I've known a lot of people who went and who didn't get help also,
Mm.
because they didn't want to.
It was too much for them.
Yeah, it is too much. You can't. Sometimes you just feel like, to hell with it, let me just live the way I am. Like, the change is so difficult.
Mm.
The new person that you're trying to be, or it's very hard.
But is it worth it?
Of course, at least for me, it's worth it. It depends on each one of them whether they want. If they're happy venting, let them be happy. If they're happy being miserable, let them be. No, it is your choice. I mean, nobody can make anybody happy or sad until they decide.
That's true.
So who are we? If they're happy complaining, let them be. Not my problem to say go take help.
Do you think you would have been a different person if you had gone to therapy when you were 14 or 15, like when I went?
Yeah. I think we totally have different upbringing also. The generations have changed so much. We didn't have...
Camera training is happening here.
Our parents did not give us so much of freedom to express ourselves and talk and be open about it. Like we do that with our children. What happened? Tell me. And when they tell you,
You don't even want to know.
So we were not given. So maybe there was a lot of things, like a simple thing when I was like 12 or 13 and you are being, what do you call that? What is it called?
What?
Molested. You're molested and you can't go tell your parents about it or your mother to it. They'll tell her and saying, you must have worn that kind of clothes or you must have behaved like that. So you don't know what to do. And you feel guilty, you don't know. So these are the things maybe it would have helped us to talk to somebody about it. But it was not there. I mean, there were no psychotherapists at that point of time, as many as they are there now. Everything was in small. So I remember the psychologist made me do an exercise where she put in 2 chairs and she said, imagine this is your mother and this is you, and now you'll tell your mother whatever you went through as a child. Okay? And then you'll go back and sit in the same chair and as a mother tell your child what is it that you wanted to hear from the mother. Like, so you tell your, when you're sitting in your mother's chair, you say, oh, it's not your fault, baby, that person is bad, I'm here for you, and all those things. So it helps. So there's a lot of cleaning up that I did. It was good.
So I get a lot of messages from people who want to go to therapy but their parents are unsupportive or their parents think that it's not necessary or something like that. What do you want to say to them?
To the children,
Yeah.
go and don't tell your parents you're going.
If you need forgiveness, my mother has forgiven you on behalf of all parents.
No, you're doing
Parental forgiveness will come from her.
No, you're doing something good for your own life, and maybe parents have a different mindset, or they might be worried about the society. They might be having a lot of their own issues, and if they know any other better way, they would have done it. They don't know any other way. So if you are an adult and you want help, take it. Why should you tell? It's not like you're going without telling your mother to take drugs or something.
I mean, if you are doing it and going and getting drugs, then you might as well take the same secrets and go to a therapist instead.
Yeah,
It's cheaper than drugs also.
No harm. And
And-
these are all, you can't call it as a lie. It is
If they-
life-saving skills. Those are.
If they want to convince their parents that it's useful, how do they do that?
I mean, I met a lady once at a psychiatrist's place, and she was like brilliant. She's doing well, everything, and she said, "You know, auntie, I've been telling my parents I'm not feeling okay. They're saying, no, you'll feel okay. You just wait for some time, you'll feel better. And then they're saying, go to this temple, go to that temple, do this puja, do that puja. You'll feel better. It's just a matter of time. It'll pass by. But I'm telling them, no, I know I'm not feeling okay inside. What you're saying out is not okay. I had to fight with them, and I've come here today finding this doctor. I said, take my advice. Don't even tell anybody you're going to a psychotherapist.
Just do it.
Just go do it and keep yourself happy. It is your life.
And then there are other people who message me asking what they should do or what they can do if they need to take medication secretly. Like their parents don't approve of psychiatric medication. Then
Take it. It is medication.
hide it and keep. Yeah, what else to do?
Yeah, if you're going to take cough syrup or an acid, you're not going to tell Mama, I'm going to take cough syrup, no? You just take it from your medical drawer and have it.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's go through some questions. No, you say everyone is laughing. Okay, okay, let's start in order. Sorry, we were ignoring the questions for a little while.
How many of them are there online?
Right now there are 40 people watching. She's getting stressed. Why am I typing? Sorry, 1 second. Guys, the sideways is not very helpful for me.
Okay, read the questions and put it back that way.
No, wait. Okay. We can hear her. Okay, Sidhu, you are out of frame, Urvashi. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. Not important. My mother, so Harshal says my mother completely dismisses mental health. I'm sorry about that, Harshal. She started saying no. Hello, auntie. Nice to see you guys again. How did your mother know that you were depressed? Did you tell her? Yes. I came crying one day in the middle of the night and I said, I need help. I'm out of ideas and I'm out of energy. I find that it's pretty hard for the parents too. Sometimes it's hard for them because they feel they will have to accept that they're part of the problem. Wish that stigma could be dealt with better. That's an interesting point. Mummy, did you ever feel like you were part of the problem? Give that water bottle. Did you
You
ever
feel you're a problem when it is related to your child. Said, where did I go wrong? Why did the child go through this? Did I do anything wrong? Those thoughts are obvious.
How do you deal with it as a parent?
Then you say, it's okay, I have done my best. It is her karma, she's going through it, so I'll help her with her karmas. That's all.
So,
You have to say whatever you need to tell to keep your mind calm and peaceful, say it to your own mind. That's the only way.
okay. I saw auntie in airlines. When did you go to airlines?
Vishu Mama and Vedu and I went. No.
Mummy, celebrity getting spotted in airlines. Come on. Okay, how do I convince my parents that maybe, just maybe, I should go for therapy? I've told them that I need help, but they just say, talk to us about it. They also believe mental illnesses are age related. What do you think? So first of all, she's already said you can just skip the parents and go
Age-related
directly.
means, what do they mean by saying
Means you'll grow out of it.
Like grow out of your age, that's all. But that unhappiness will remain with you.
Quote of the day.
It'll keep coming, going.
Just go. Don't even tell your parents.
You
Just
tell.
do it.
I mean, you have to tell your parents that you will be judgmental about everything that I say. So you're going to a psychologist only for one reason, because they're not related to you in any way. They don't care a damn about what they think of you or anything. You're going for your help. Forget what others think. No, you want help, you go.
Yeah, and
Why
if
is
my
it
mother
happening?
knew a lot of the things that I've told my psychiatrist, things would be very different in our life. So it's better to go to a psychologist. Because parents also, I think, sorry mommy, have a tendency to like problem solve for you instead of listening and
Yeah, because
giving you the tools to do it yourself. So
it
you
is
have to tell them that a trained therapist is not the same as someone who's offering you help.
no, the psychologist or a therapist will give you life skills to survive, which parents don't know. All the parents want is the child to be happy. So they'll say, okay, I'll do this. You want idli, I'll give you idli, just be happy. So it is with a lot of emotions when the parents do it. It's like a doctor who can't operate on his own child.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct. Auntie, you are too cute.
Thank you.
Lot of laughter. What pattern do you repeat unconsciously in your adulthood? I think, I don't know if you're talking about what my mom was talking about earlier, where she talked about scripts. So there's this concept called transactional analysis, which helps you figure out what sort of patterns have set into your own life. So she was talking about scripts and strokes and all of that in the context of transactional analysis. So you can look that up and like go through a workshop. Otherwise, the patterns are different for everybody, right?
No, patterns can be about anything, either being unhappy, lonely, complaining, whining, being
Yeah.
angry always, being aggressive always.
Yeah. Love the cough syrup analogy. Great way to normalize. Very good, mummy. Just read your blog on toxic relationships and mental health on Medium. Yes, Sindura. Interesting how she keeps saying clean up. Might be easier to go to therapy if we just thought of this like spring cleaning of the mind. Yeah, seriously, it's just like taking a mental
It is
bath.
just like, a garbage filled with so many things, unwanted negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative things. And you're walking around with the garbage everywhere, right? And it's
How are you
stinking.
walking, mommy?
It's stinking, it's smelling, everything. So isn't it so much easier to just clean up that? So once it takes a while to clean up a whole lot of them, and once as you do it, then whatever little falls, you clean up then and there. So it gets cleaned up all the time. So it'll take a while.
She loves cleaning up, by the way. Generally also.
Yeah, if you're clean, if you like a clean cupboard, clean house, that means your mind is clean. If your house got like too many things, that means there are too many things here also.
Declutter your life.
It's a reflection of your mind.
She is so cute and a lovely person. Mummy,
Thank you.
if you have a fever and your parents aren't doctors, you aren't going to let them medicate you. It's the same thing. You need help. Exactly. If you're going to a doctor for a physical illness, then you can go to a doctor for this also. Okay. Getting help from therapy sessions are still a taboo in spite of the awareness we have.
Yeah.
And therapy sessions are usually not accessible, not affordable to everyone all the time. So what do we do? Nimhans in Bangalore gives subsidized or free treatment. If in case of emergencies, there are hotlines that you can call. The other way to look at it is as an investment. So if you're spending 500 rupees on a lunch with your friends, just reprioritize that 500 rupees. Which
No,
I know.
and if you really need help, go to the psychologist or a psychotherapist or whoever. Tell them that you have a financial problem and you're really looking for help, and they will slash the price. They're only charging so that you value that 1 hour of what they're giving. If they give it free to you, they're not going to go do it.
Yeah.
You are not going to value it. That's why they say, okay, we are charging. But you can always tell them, like I tell my psychotherapist, I am not paying 1,000, ma'am. I have only 600. You want to treat me, you treat me for 600. Be open is
Just
being
ask.
happy.
Yeah, you have to ask, and the door will be opened. Sorry, I'm reading the sideways, which is why I'm reading it a little slowly. Medication / therapy or a combination of both. Would you mind sharing which worked better for you? I did both. Mummy?
I also did both.
Yeah.
I mean, you start first of all with therapy, so you're able to get it out and talk everything, because the psychiatrist doesn't have that much of time to listen to you, right? Because they are so good at knowing. They'll say, okay, you take this medication, you'll feel better. So I personally feel you need to go to a psychotherapist or do that for some time. And then still if you don't feel okay and feel nice, and they themselves will send you to a psychiatrist if they understand there's a chemical imbalance, and they'll say, we can't help you much because there's a chemical imbalance, so you go to a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So no psychotherapist will just hold on to you. They
Yeah.
also want to let go of you.
Yeah. Their job is to make themselves not necessary in your life anymore. That being said, if you are in a very severe condition, you will need both. Both of us are on both. Are you still taking medication? Yeah, we're both on meds.
I call them happy tablets because you don't
They
feel
don't
happy.
make you feel happy, mummy. They reduce sadness. They don't make you happy. Okay, anyway, point being, my doctor specifically, our doctor now, has always made it clear, for me at least, that that medication is temporary. That the goal is to get off the medication through therapy. So the medication is like having a cast. Like you have a fractured arm, you wear a cast for some time, and then eventually you go to physiotherapy and you get better. So same way. How to make use of journaling for self-healing, emotional healing. Mummy, journaling, writing.
Right. If you're angry, abuse, use all the bad words, F's and B's and all the stuff. Write it. Don't bother about your spelling, grammar, handwriting, nothing. Just keep writing, and then tear it into small pieces and throw it in the dustbin or burn it.
Yeah.
You feel so good.
It's very therapeutic. Journaling, I feel like you don't really need to do much. Just start writing. Initially, it feels a little awkward. I mean, I started doing it so long ago, I don't even remember now. But initially, it feels weird to just sort of like write your diary and then you're like, now what do I say? But once you start writing, even if you start writing some garbage like today is Thursday, it was a long day, whatever, it will come out on its own. So just start writing. Personally, for me, pen and paper is easier because it allows you to organize your thoughts better than a laptop screen. And the other thing that my therapist told me that journaling helps with is to create, not only does it help you organize your thoughts, because if you're feeling something, it's like this cloud, it's like a vague feeling. But when you have to find the right words for it to describe it, to write it down, it gives you clarity. Secondly, it creates a distance between that thought and yourself. So it's like you take that thought and you physically transfer it to paper, and so then it becomes something that's outside of you and you can look at it from an external perspective. And so over time you can like spot patterns in your own journals and things like that. It's very, very useful.
It all depends on how much you need it.
Yeah.
And you'll find ways coming open to you, no?
Yeah. Okay. It's unfortunate that something as life-altering as seeing a psychiatrist or a therapist is seen as a luxury item or something accessible only to the privileged. Also, the ratio of therapists to people is appalling. Yeah, I know that's something that India needs to work on, but that being said, I've spoken to people who are trying to get therapy in the US, and that system is also very messed up in its own way. In India, it is still relatively more affordable. Insurance covering it is a whole other story, but the US is also a nightmare in terms of getting appointments, and they're so expensive. So in that sense, I mean, depends on which battles you want to pick, but India is not so bad. There are enough options, I think. But yes, I agree that it is seen as a luxury item. I think to me that goes back to like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like when you're struggling with food, clothing, shelter, you don't even have the ability to think beyond eating, sleeping, and staying warm and staying dry. So as all of those things become more and more comfortable, all you're left with is your mind, and then these things start to come to the forefront, even though maybe everyone is struggling with it. So yeah, maybe in a way that it is a luxury problem, but that doesn't mean it's not happening to everybody. Okay. Did you face any adverse reactions with any medication? I did not. Did you? No.
It's just people want reasons, no, not to take it. They'll do all the dirty things, horrible things, that they're not bothered about whether it will affect my health or not. But when you want to take medical help for your mind, is there any side effect? Hypocrites. This is where you got to know about yourself, how you're contradicting your own statements. First of all, look at yourself. That's very important, because not many people know about themselves, that if they're a liar, if they're contradicting their own statements, or if they're moody, so you find out all those things about yourself. That is very important, to know that am I honest or not, whether I'm feeling jealous or not. I mean, it's okay to have all these emotions.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell the world, hello, I'm feeling jealous. You even to acknowledge to yourself, if you can't, then where will you reach in life?
I mean, sugar has side effects, alcohol has side effects, tobacco has side effects.
Anger has side effects.
Yeah, that's true. So might as well take the medication and feel better. How do you survive in a very toxic environment where you feel suffocated, especially if that is where you live?
Oh, it's damn painful. You need to step out.
If you can, find a way to leave. If not, as we were talking,
you should find someone to talk about it first.
Yeah, and also
what is this so-called toxic thing is bothering you?
Yeah.
First start with one step. First find someone to talk about it. Then we'll come to the next one. And you don't have anybody, you can call us.
Slide into my DMs. My recommendation would be that if you go to a therapist can help you deal with a toxic environment also. For example, if there's a toxic person at home, then how to set boundaries with them, how to walk away from dangerous situations, how to make sure that you don't get caught up in a pattern of triggering each other.
How to protect yourself from these things.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing that you learn.
So yeah, therapists can help you. There are also hotlines and non-profit organizations that can help you relocate if you are in a very, very dangerous situation. So I don't have any off the top of my head, but you can look them up. There are NGOs that will help you if you are stuck in a extremely violent or any sort of violent situation. So hope you're able to get out of it. Medication is very subjective. Best to work with a doctor and deal with your doctor. True. Should you journal even when you think you don't need to? Like sometimes I normalize my worries, so I feel like it's a part of me and I don't need to journal it or give it any attention. That's a question for a therapist.
No, you have to write it, because when you don't feel anything, also when you write whatever has happened during the day, while you're writing, some things can trigger. And sometimes if you don't write it, subconsciously it is playing somewhere. Like, you're doing all the happy things, but there is something which is not okay. That's because you've not journaled it. So it's better to just write it out.
There's no harm, no loss.
Write the same thing, that I don't know what to write.
Yeah. Better to just do it. There's no major loss. There's no minimum requirement for journaling. I lived in Canada and cannot agree more about the system there being way more something. But yeah, Canada's still better than the US. Any tips for retaining focus on any task in hand? These are questions for therapists. We are not therapists. We are just sharing our personal experience. will do all the dirty things. Auntie, you have a new fan.
So sweet.
Therapy is great help, but how do you even bring the topic of you needing therapy to your parents or elders or elder siblings, since they assume that you're not trying or just lazy?
No, you scare them. You
And
say
so what?
No, you say I feel like I'm very unhappy. I'm feeling very down. It's very dangerous for you people. Then tomorrow don't ask me why I did what I did, because I am asking you again and again for help. This is like a little child, when the car goes on putting his hand to stop the car. Okay, because the child needed help and nobody's stopping at all. And finally, the child takes a stone and throws at one of the car, and the glass shatters, and that's when it stops. So you don't have to wait for that. Correct.
Also, if you're not able to convince them, just do it on your own. Like, unless you need their financial assistance, you don't even have to bring it up. Like, just do it on your own. Like, just make up whatever reason. And you honestly, if you're convinced of something that you need to do, don't even explain it to them. Just do it and then feel better on your own. And then you can talk to your therapist about how to get your family or siblings involved at a later time. But for me, I just went and said, I need help. I'm out of ideas. I'm done trying. I don't have any energy anymore. And Mummy found my doctor online. Okay. I disagree with Swara. I live in Canada and I think mental illness is not taboo. There is awareness and people are being informed about the ways to get help. That's good to know. My mental illness has very physical symptoms and side effects. Medication can be really helpful. There's no need to feel ashamed of taking happy pills, irrespective of how physical your symptoms. I agree. Harshal, please save this conversation. Yes, it will be on my IGTV. Auntie is the sweetest. Stay blessed. Getting disclosure. How do you get it from this person? What would you do if that person passes on? Mariam, I'm not following your question. Sorry, if you could just rephrase that. I'm not sure what is being asked. There's some side conversation happening. Would antidepressants help? That is something that your doctor needs to decide with you. Correct, Mummy?
What?
Will antidepressants help?
They're asking you for your help and you can't talk, so this will say that to your doctor.
Yeah, but it might not help. If you don't need it, it won't help. That is something you have to decide with your
they're
doctor.
asking
If it helped me, yes, it helped me.
Correct. That's all they want to know. Does antidepressant help? Yes.
If you need it, that's like if you don't have gas and you just take Eno, will it help? I don't know.
But why will anybody take antidepressant without for no rhyme
I'm
reason?
saying a doctor has to prescribe it.
Otherwise, also medical stores don't give it.
Point is, you have to talk to a doctor. I hope you're enjoying our argument online. How did you find the right therapist that worked for you? Any suggestions on finding one? We both tried multiple before we found one, no?
Suma?
Yeah, you said you booked a couple of appointments and then you
Yeah, I
found
spoke to a
Suma.
couple of them. Some of them were, Papa, they only needed help.
The therapist only needed help.
Because these are all those young psychological students coming out of the college and saying, okay, I know everything, You also need, along with your education, you need to have some experiences in life. You should be like a wife yourself or a mother yourself to understand those emotions, is what I feel.
You have to find someone who's able to understand you, basically.
So if you don't find it comfortable, don't go to that person.
Yeah,
Find
you have to
another
keep
one.
looking. I mean, it's the same way with any doctor, right? Like, the first time you go to a dentist, you may not like the dentist, you find a different dentist. So, kind of same thing.
It all works only if you have faith in the doctor or the psychotherapist. Then only it will work.
And yourself.
Yeah. If you don't have faith and say, oh no, should I go, not go, even if you have those doubts, it will not work. This is like marriage. When you
Everything is about marriage. Okay. Before we look elsewhere, we need to primarily look for help amongst our friends and Family, not necessarily. Your friends and family are not the same as a therapist at all. They are not trained to help you. Unfortunately, trial and error and patience, no shortcuts. I agree. Can you share your therapist's name? Dr. Ravi Prakash for me, and
That is
my
psychiatrist.
psychiatrist. He's also a therapist.
But he doesn't have time to sit and listen.
Yeah, he's
so
not
much.
like he's not going to book 1 hour for you and let you talk, but he gives you tools. And yours is who? Not
She's
doctor.
Suma.
Suma what?
I don't know his name.
Where does she practice?
She has a clinic in Frasertown. Sparsh is the.
Sparsh.
Yeah. If you're really keen, then I can give you the phone number. We'll wait for you to come back.
Someone is saying don't find. I don't recommend taking antidepressants.
Okay, don't take it. Nobody's forcing anyone by keeping the gun and say, have the tablet, have the tablet.
Nobody asked for your recommendation, first of all, because you're not my doctor. So I don't take your recommendation. Which is why I said earlier, you have to talk to a doctor. You can't ask the Aam Aadmi people for their opinion. Like, if you have a headache and somebody else doesn't believe you that you have a headache and you say, I really want a Saridon or a Dolo 650, and the other person says, I don't recommend taking Dolo 650, you're going to say bad words and take the Dolo 650 anyway. So if you need antidepressants, your doctor will give you antidepressants.
You do what you want. No, forget the others. You have a headache, you take. You want, you take. You don't want, don't take.
No, but why give other people gyan about what your recommendation
Then
is?
why are you bothered?
Deep breaths. How are you holding up? I'm fine, I think. How are you holding up, mommy?
Holding what?
Means generally.
Because of antidepressants.
It's becoming like an ad. Okay, exactly. Good thing you're not qualified to prescribe or deny prescription. Jeez, thank you. A couple of years ago, I had a bad panic attack, so went to see the doctor. I just inquired if I should go to therapy. He was like, if you go to therapy lifelong, you will be taking pills. Sounds like a bad doctor. Yeah, just keep looking for someone else if you feel like this person is not working for you. What is his face? Why are you looking so stressed?
No. What is the doctor saying? Lifelong you have to take tablets. Huh?
Yeah.
He needs treatment.
Okay, so while we get some more questions coming in, we have 15 minutes.
Over all the questions.
Yeah, we've got a bit. There's one more. How do you make parents and siblings understand that it's not your laziness, it's the real damn thing? Okay, we had answered that one. And can you share your therapist's name? We had answered that one also. Okay, fine. Are they close? Okay, your emails actually helped me a lot with dealing with my depression and anxiety, returning to India. Emails. Oh, I suppose I might have emailed you. I'm glad it helped. Okay, we have 15 minutes left. 41 people are there. Auntie, how did you get into therapy? Like, when did you realize that you needed it? That was the first question that we asked. This video will be available on my profile. You can go back and watch it. Yeah. I don't know how valid this question is. Sorry, one second. I don't know how valid this question is for this live, but what are your thoughts about self-care for mental health and professionals themselves? I mean, self-care is really important, but it shouldn't become like it should be balanced, right? Like, you have to take time for yourself, but you can't become so completely self-absorbed that you shirk all responsibilities in your life and just say, oh, I need a self-care. Like, we do live in a society and we share responsibilities, and you have to still be available for some of those things. Yeah, take your time, but do it in moderation. Agreed. People usually expect being depressed.
No, anyway, nobody wants to see your face.
Ma, being depressed means being sad 24 hours. It's so wrong. And just because you're depressed doesn't mean you don't have to be happy, right? You can be happy and still have a mental illness. Yeah, you can. I became very good at pretending to be happy.
Lot of people.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm such a great actor now. Years of pretending. Any
The whole
tips?
world is pretending.
That's true. Any tips on staying motivated in doing your therapy work once you get back from the appointment? I mean, that's up to you. It's how much you want to do it, right? Like, if you want to get better badly
You
enough.
have to do it for a long time until you don't want a relapse, right?
As long as you don't want to.
So if you try to do it fast and finish it, it could bounce back later, much later. So go slow, it's okay. If it takes 2 years, 3 years, by the end of when you're 40 or 50, and then you say, okay, I spent about 5 years to 10 years on my therapy, and it seems very small.
It's worth it. It's worth it. So glad these conversations are happening in our communities. It's good for people to see that it's not some alien phenomenon. It happens. It's okay. Worth working on it. Absolutely. Full on agree. Okay, we have 10 minutes. Any parting thoughts, mummy? Any not like those kind of parting thoughts, but any last tips?
I'll just tell everyone, do what makes you happy, keeps you happy. Or walking on this journey of therapy and psychology, you've got to walk alone.
Yes.
You have to walk alone. You will have no one, you'll have 100 people criticizing you, pulling you down, everything. So that is where you will know how much you want that help, you know. Like I had people saying, my therapist used to drive a Mercedes Benz with a driver, and everybody said, oh, she must have bought the Mercedes because of your money. And I'm like, she's like super, super rich. She doesn't need my money. And I said, you're willing to spend 25,000 rupees on a Kanchivaram sari and that too for one occasion of someone's wedding. Why can't you split that 25,000 rupees for your damn head? You get your priorities right. It is your life. You be happy. Keep your mind happy. If you are happy, you'll keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and you deserve to be happy.
Getting aggressive.
No.
Yeah, people spend crores on their kids' weddings, but they don't spend it on therapy.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
So just you should understand that you deserve to be happy. It is your life. Don't care a damn about the world. Nobody's going to feed you. Nobody's going to fill your bank balance. Why are you bothered what they say? It's your life. Do what
My
you want.
mommy is feeding me.
No, I'm saying now if I sit and say, what will my neighbor say if I go to the therapist?
You're covering
that
your
kind.
feet.
That kind I'm saying.
Okay.
You should not bother about anyone who's talking. It's become a joke now. I hate those 4 people. Who are those 4 people? My mother used to always say, 4 ಜನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ 4 ಜನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ.
It's PJ time. Oh God. Sorry about that, Urvan auntie. Mariam. Rephrasing my question. How do you get disclosure from someone that you haven't met? Like my dad, who has caused a lot of pain but is no longer alive for me to reach out, but I want to heal from that. As my mom was saying, there are these role-playing exercises that therapists will have you do, and a lot of times, like, even if the person is in your life, they might not want to admit that they've done something to hurt you, so you can't go chasing that, right? You have to assume that other person is not in your control. You just have to focus on what's in your control. So as my mom was talking about earlier, there is that role-playing exercise that you can do where you yourself sit in another chair and tell yourself what you wanted to hear from the person that you're not able to have that conversation with. We all have people who...
Father is not there.
Yeah, her father's passed away, but her father caused a lot of damage. So she
write a letter to your father. Write it. Whatever you wanted to tell, you write it. And then just fold it and keep it. and after some time read it again, and that much pain will reduce, that much anger will reduce.
But she's saying she'll never get closure from her father.
Yeah, so to get that closure, first you get out whatever you have to say, and then after a couple of days you ask yourself what is that you wanted your father to tell you,
And say it to yourself.
and then write that again, like as if your father is right. In fact, the psychologist had made me write a letter in my left hand to myself as a child. It's written, because with left hand it will be like that. So you can just do the writing from both the sides.
Have the conversation with yourself.
That's why they say all the answers are within you, within you, within you, whether it is spirituality or psychology or science. Everything is within you, means this is what it is. You only have the doubt, you only have to give the answer. Everything you have to do it yourself. Other people are there to help you, but finally only you know yourself inside what is happening, right? No one knows.
True. Hope that answered your question, Mariam. As a lawyer and a dancer, lots of playing pretend, lol. It's easy to get the happy and fine act to work like a well-oiled machine. Hope everyone has someone in their lives, professional help or personal relationships, where they can let their guard down. Absolutely. And I think we should make it okay to let our guard down even otherwise. Thank you for getting the conversation going on YouTube, Instagram posts, and now these live sessions. Your work has a real impact, and
Sweet.
we are so grateful for you. Got me through some tough times. Thank you. Started here.
Started there. God helped.
I'm not religious, but she is. Writing. You didn't know I'm not religious or what?
Okay, talk.
Okay. Writing a letter to him sounds like a great idea. I didn't think of it. Thanks, Auntie. I'll do that.
You should address, my dear dad, like if he was alive and what you wanted to tell, and end it. It is like, it has to be a very formal letter, like fold it, keep it, put it in an envelope, and leave it somewhere, and then burn it down.
I have written my fair share of emails and sent them to my mother instead of to the intended recipient. So it has worked wonders.
Because
You
that's
can
what
do it.
I just kept telling you children
Yeah.
all the time, remember?
Yeah.
It is like, my son also used to have this little anxiety when he was a little child. And then I later realized his anxiety was because of his sister.
I
Because
didn't do anything.
because she was so good at everything, and he thought he should be like her. And if he cannot be like her, there's going to be an anxiety. So there was a lot of jealousy from childhood. So when you don't understand psychology, you carry that all your life, and you'll be hating your sister for no fault of hers. She's not done anything wrong to you, but it is your feeling that is making you hate that person. So maybe today I helped him to get out of it, and they are the best friends. They love to bitch about their parents.
It's not bitching, it's
Venting.
Venting.
Easy. word.
Journaling.
Venting. Yes, journaling. Correct.
Camera tilted, bro. Wow, what an amazing observation, yeah. Unbelievable. My psychiatrist has recommended writing some of these emails to myself. Difficult but works absolutely. 100%. Glad you have someone like your mom. Very happy for you. Thank you. I'm also very happy for me. Are you happy you have me?
Of course.
I give
for
her
you.
therapy sometimes.
All of us need. It's not like you take therapy for 2 years and you don't need it, even in old age, because circumstances, situations keep changing. You might have taken therapy when you were a teenager, but maybe you need therapy again at 60 because the situation is different, circumstances are different. You tried your best, you might not have your energy. So that is why it is called holistic healing. You have to go on going with it. Like, you might not need to go every week. You could go once in 5 months, once in 6 months, just to clean up. Whatever is there, or take a little more help, because there
Do
is
the
so
clean up dance again. How to clean up for me?
I don't. Stop it. Say good night.
Okay, we only have 5 minutes left, so before this thing cuts us off, we will disconnect. This will be available on my IGTV.
Why anyone will go back again?
Yeah, so people can watch it later. It will also be available on my YouTube.
YouTube.
So yeah, that's gonna happen. Okay. Yoga always helps.
Yes.
True. Lucky to have such an understanding parents. Yes. She's not understanding about everything. Some
Hey,
big
shut up.
things.
It is like someone has to break the chain, right? So my mother had a problem with her mother, then I had a problem with my mother, then my daughter will have a problem with me. So someone has to break the chain.
See, if
from
I
the
don't have
family.
kids, then the chain is broken.
It's okay. At least for me, I'm happy that I cut the chain for you. Right? And when I'm dead and gone, how do I know who's the next generation? Right? So it's okay. As long as you help even one person, it is more than enough. No? What do you say? So all of you should learn to cut the chains of your family patterns or something what you didn't like. You bring about the change so that you will make a change for the next generation. You know, it doesn't have to be hereditary.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for joining. For your inputs.
Madi,
Should I give you a shawl
okay.
ceremony?
Yeah. Give
Flower.
if you have.
Okay, I'll give her a shawl later.
Into the
This is great, Urvashi. Love your mom.
Love you all.
Absolutely, auntie.
Bless you all.
Okay, so if you ever need forgiveness on behalf of your parents,
Or you want me to talk to your parents or I can do.
she's willing to talk to your parents also. Get involved in your personal lives.
Not get involved, I'll just tell her, tell the parent we have been doing, there's nothing wrong, give it a try. No harm in trying.
Cool. So if you want our direct family involvement in your family, please say so. We will help as best we can. Thank you all for joining. My mother had issues with mental wellness, and as a kid, I always had trouble dealing with it. It was really considered a taboo, and even people within the family were apprehensive to come for help. Yeah, I know
It's
very
all
tragic.
over the world with everybody's family. So-called
Yeah.
educated families also have these problems.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, we're almost out of time. Thank you all.
If anyone has got
Good
some
night.
urgent question, you can answer.
There's no
No.
urgent question. Yeah, you can DM me if
DM me means?
direct message.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.